Good morning, friends. This is time for the trade plan of 28th October 2020. Now, let's quickly go and look at the US markets, which had a bloodbath. So, the S&P 500, it opened gap down and kept on going, which is very, very interesting because generally, one if you gap down, most gap downs are bought into. Now, this was a 90% down day, and we are almost heading to September lows. The September lows were about 3209, and yesterday's low was 3270. Now, yes, we are, you know, outperforming, but we will get follow through here as well because we cannot go up while the S&P 500 goes down. Is this a low? We'll have to see because this was a quote unquote bear market action. 90% of S&P 500 was down yesterday and it accelerated into the close. So if you look at a 5-minute chart here, as you can see into the close, it accelerated. So this is not very good news. Now what does it mean for the Nifty? Yesterday in the closing bell show, I had said do not carry long positions home, and which obviously meant that we are taking short positions home and they should work out well. Now, what happens here is that, we had this sort of a range which has been building up for a while, and chances are that this range is likely to break down in the today and in the next few days, and I would think that we could easily do something in the region of 11,500 to 11,600. Okay. Yes, we are looking to outperform, but if global markets fall in this manner, well, then there is nothing that we can do about it. I think broadly this zone should qualify as a buy zone. See, yesterday we have fallen on S&P 500 because of renewed COVID fears. Now, renewed COVID fears, if COVID is coming back in the winter, then that is not a one day affair or that is not a problem like stimulus which can be solved in a day. So, that is going to linger on. So, very important to see what sort of follow through we get here. So, we could have, 11 500 550 on the Nifty on the downside. On the upside, now 11 750 becomes a very, very strong resistance. So all advances will get resisted at 11 750. What happens to the Bank Nifty? Bank Nifty, I think in this sort of a run, we could lose about 1,000 odd points. I think somewhere closer to 23,000 we should find support, and Bank Nifty is where all the gains are sitting. So you can see, the momentum coming off while the Bank Nifty was going up. This is stochastic RSI. Same thing on the Nifty also. There was a warning of this sort of sell-off. So again, you can see momentum was coming down all the time. So basically, for the day, you could have premium eating. So if there is premium eating, it's likely that the market tries to recover from the lows. So I would not expect a huge down day because the real trend is likely to be visible from tomorrow. And today, the markets may remain range bound, and by the end of the day, you could have some mild upside also. So UPL is something I'm looking at for the day. Coromandel International on the long side, both of these stocks did well yesterday. And on the sell side, we have GSPL, Mindtree, and HDFC. But again, what I'm trying to say is that from lows, there could be pullback rallies, and because we have our expiry, hence, it's possible that we don't mirror the decline that we have seen globally. So, you want to see pivots? I think pivots 11,781 is the Nifty pivot, and 24,356 is the Bank Nifty pivot. We have our S1 at 11,774. So that way you have an idea of where the market could find support. Sorry, S1 is 11,632. This way we have some sort of idea that if we get 11,630, 650 in the morning for some reason, those are good levels to book your short position. On the Bank Nifty 23,930 thereabouts, if you get that, would be a decent place for the day to book your short positions. I think into the US election, there should be more downside. A retest on S&P 500 of the September lows, which are about 3200, 3220, is very likely. The sort of day we've had yesterday generally has followed through. Plus, the sentiment is fairly ruined. So, you don't want to be brave to be buying here. Let the market settle down. And by that, I mean, let it go into that 11, 500, 600 type of zone. And then we can consider buying. Can 11,200 come? Well, anything is possible. But for the moment, it does not feel like we are going to respond to each down day that we see in Western markets. That should be all. Take care, trade well, and please consult your financial advisor.